What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this episode of The Beer Chasers. I'm Preston. We're joined once again live by Brian from The Brian Show. Brian, how's it going?
Good, man. Doing well. How are you, man?
Good, man. It's good to see you again. So we've been talking about doing this episode for a while. We finally got some time to do this. We have procured a 12-pack of Walmart-specific beer from Trouble Brewing. It is a 12-pack that has 4 different beers, 3 of each. We're going to do 2 of them tonight, 2 of them on another night. So, Brian, tell me what we're doing first tonight.
Well, what we're taking a look at tonight, we've got the Round Midnight, which is their Belgian White. Awesome festive-looking can here. And then we've also got the Red Flag Amber Ale. Again, got your fancy little hop or emblem there with the hop. It looks like a burning hop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
pretty
sure.
cool.
Yeah, so while Brian is pouring that for us and giving us a nice view of the beer, we'll start again with the Round Midnight Belgian White. I'll pop mine too. It's an interesting thing. So again, it's Trouble Brewing out of Novato, California. Looking them up on the interwebs, I found that they have about 40 or 45 beers in their archive section. So they definitely know their way around some beer. Interesting enough, I couldn't find any information on any of these. So very interesting. So again, Brian is pouring the Round Midnight Belgian White. It has an ABV of 5.4%. Beer Advocate rates it at 3.19. Rate Beer rates it at 14, but I don't understand their ratings sometimes. I don't know if that's out of 25 or out of 50 or can't be out of 100. Beer can't be that bad. And Untapped rates it at 3.25. So as Brian's already getting a nice little whiff there, we'll go through this classic Beer Chaser style. We'll go through the review, go for the appearance. Looks nice. I mean, that is the right color, but unfortunately, it's very clear for a Belgian White. You'd expect this to be a lot more cloudy.
Yeah, it's only just like a touch of haziness to it, but it is a rather clear Belgian for sure.
Yeah, the color is good. The head's good. I don't know if the cloudiness is going to ding it out of the 3, but I'll go ahead and give this a 3 out of 5 on the appearance. Just, it does look nice. It's appetizing looking to the eyes. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you at a good 3 out of 5 mid-level because, again, it does have that nice color, but I was expecting a little cloudier.
All right, let's go for the smell. I'm getting mostly malt. I don't get any kind of coriander or a little bit of citrus, but it's very, very faint.
Yeah, same. It's like a super strong malty hit in the nose with just maybe a touch of a citrus kind of hint in the back.
In the smell, I'd go probably a 2.25, 2.5. It's definitely lacking in the category for a Belgian White. You should really get in some aromatic kind of citrus and that coriander, and not really seeing any of that.
I'm gonna give it a 2, just because it's kind of with that heavy maltiness. It's making me worried. It's more of like a malt liquor kind of aroma than a white, the Belgian White.
I feel you there. Well, the best part, the taste. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
The taste very similar to the nose. It's kind of malt forward. I am getting, again, just a touch of citrus, but not nearly as much as I would expect for a Belgian White beer.
No, it's really kind of a really bland flavor. There's not a whole lot there. It's not very exciting. It is just pretty much a straight kind of malt backbone and very subtle flavor. Not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, on the taste, I'm going to go like a 1.75. I mean, it's pretty low. It's definitely missing the mark on pretty much every characteristic of a Belgian Wit. It's not disgusting beer, so it's going to get some points, but
yeah, I think I'm going to just give it a 2. I'll give it a solid 2. It's definitely what I was kind of expecting for Walmart beer in a sense. But having looked at some of the history of the brewery and stuff, it is kind of interesting. I don't know. I was expecting a lot more out of this than what I'm getting. It's very easy drinking, that's for sure. Smooth, but not a true Belgian White style to me.
Yeah, definitely. When we're looking at the category of Belgian White, this definitely is missing the mark on the taste. Mouthfeel, I think, is okay. It's light to light medium. It is crisp. It is refreshing. It is carbonated well. So I think this is probably the redeeming factor that they have hit for this beer and style. So I'll give the mouthfeel a 3.75. I mean, it's pretty on point and probably better than some I've had. I've had some that are just kind of I mean, it's crisp, refreshing, and effervescent enough. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. We have similar tastes in a lot of this stuff. I would give it probably a 3.5. It is again very light, crisp, refreshing, easy drinking, smooth. Something you could pick up on a hot summer day and probably pound a whole 6 of them with no problem. So yeah, it is definitely a redeeming quality for sure.
All right, so overall, where is that going to put the round midnight Belgian white for you?
Well, I think all around, it's going to probably put this at about a 2.75 for me, or a 2.5 in that range. While it is smooth and refreshing, to me, it fails to kind of hit that what I was expecting for a Belgian style wheat ale. I'm not really getting a lot of a nice wheat. All I'm getting is that maltiness again, that just a crisp touch of citrus in there. So while it is enjoyable, it just isn't what I think it should be for a Belgian.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I'm going to go as low as like a 2.25. I think you know, the areas that you really need to hit big on are the smell and the flavor, and it pretty much misses there and misses the mark, you know, completely there. So that's enough to bring it down to, like, you know, just above a 2. It's definitely not a terrible beer, as you mentioned. It's drinkable. I think you could crush these on the beach on a big hot day. In Florida, we have a lot of beach days here, so it's crushable. But it definitely misses the mark on the big things for the style that you definitely expect out of it. All right, so now we're going to move on to the second beer, which is the Red Flag Amber. If you notice a hard cut here potentially in editing, it's because we lost internet connection. We actually started this review and had to restart it up. So here we are again, Red Flag Amber Ale. It's already been poured, so I can kind of lift it up here and show you. Here's what it looks like on my side. Get rid of some of that haze there. Looking pretty nice. Over there on Brian's end of it. So we'll go through the ratings here for the beer. Again, I'll give you some vitals real quick. Red Flag Amber Ale, 4.5%. Beer Advocate rates it at 3.07. Rate Beer rates it at a 12. Again, don't understand that rating system. Untapped gives it a 3.25. So going for the review here on the appearance, looks nice. It's just a touch light. You know, I'm expecting a little darker amber. I mean, this is kind of in the amber realm, but maybe kind of mixing with some gold. Nice fluffy billowy head that is persistent. So it looks pretty good. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, it's again same opinion on it. It's definitely lighter than what I was expecting it to be for an amber, but it does still have that very slight amber color to it. It's definitely a heavily filtered beer. You can see straight through this thing, no problem. But the appearance is definitely very nice. I like it.
So on a scale of 1 to 5, I'm gonna give that one a 2.75, just because it's a little lighter than I would expect. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty close. It's tiptoeing up to the 3 line.
I think I would probably give it a 2.5. It's pretty much we're about in the same ballpark with that one. It definitely could be a little bit darker for an amber ale.
All right, let's go for the smell.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's surprising. It's got a little bit of a nose there, so you get some of the sweet malt, some sweetness I'm imagining from the honey. Smells pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, it definitely, again, has that real nice sweetness that just sort of hits your nose right up front, and then that slight maltiness. Definitely a really nice smelling one.
Yeah, on the ratings, I'll go ahead and give it a 3. I think it pretty much meets the middle of the road. It's not blowing me away, but it's definitely not as bad as some other ones I've had.
I think I'm going to meet you right there at that 3 mark and say that it is definitely a pretty decent mid-level average aroma for an amber.
All right, my friend, the best part, the taste. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's interesting. It's got a nice little light, crisp maltiness to it, almost kind of like a lagery kind of sweetness to it. You get some of that sweetness I'm imagining from the honey, but it is kind of swallow and gone. It is kind of very light. It's kind of hit and miss. That may be more of a mouthfeel thing, but what do you think?
Yeah, it's really nice. Kind of I think you nail it perfectly with how the flavor just sort of comes and goes. Like you get just a little hint of something and then it's gone. And there is that little sweetness is what I mostly detect towards the end, and a little bit of sweetness on the lips, definitely probably coming from that honey that's in there, which is pretty nice. As far as rating goes, I think I would probably give this the 2.75. It's just about average, but not quite. It's okay.
Yeah, I definitely agree. 2.75 is a fair assessment. It's very close. It just has this kind of little bit of watered downness to it, but if it just had a little more kick to it, I think it'd be right where we expect it to be. For the mouthfeels we're kind of alluding to, it is kind of thin-bodied. It is 4.5%, so it is a little tougher to kind of get mouthfeel out of that. And obviously from this appearance, they're not using any kind of flaked ingredients or anything, so it is a touch thin. It is carbonated nice though, so it is bubbly and prickly. It's not too much for the style. So what do you think?
It's everything that you say. I just I don't know, like when I think of a lot of amber ales that I've had, I just think of something that's got a little bit more body to it. Like it's, to me, kind of on the watery side. It's as thin and crisp as the first beer that we had, that's sort of a Belgian style, but it's, I don't know, more of like a Bud Light kind of lager, just watered down kind of amber ale that I just kind of was expecting a little bit more from this one.
I agree. So, what do you want to rate it?
I guess I would probably have to give it like a 2.5. It's just below average. It's something that it's still enjoyable. It's good. It just kind of misses the mark for me.
Yeah, I'm definitely right there with you. 2.5, almost a 2.75. It is just a touch thin for the style. You just kind of want a little more to kind of stick around and give you something. I mean, it makes you want to drink more, I guess, which is good, if you just want to crush some beer. But generally, if we're beer connoisseurs like we are, you kind of want the flavor to stick around a little bit. Kind of want to think about it and let it sit there and let it linger and enjoy it. And this one's just a little too quick to be gone. So overall, where's that going to put the Red Flag Amber Ale for you?
Overall, I'm going to have to probably give this one I would say a 2.5 overall. In general, it's kind of a below average for me. While it is tasty, refreshing, all the things that you say, it is definitely something that you could crush easily. It just kind of misses the mark for me for an amber ale.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think a 2.5 is a fair assessment. Little better than the last one we had, but this one again just misses the mark in areas you really need it to hit. Smelled okay, but other than that, it's like little light in color, little light in body, little light in flavor. So it just kind of goes under that 3.0 mark. Drinkable beer, as you mentioned, it's not disgusting. I'm definitely going to finish the can here. Cool. So let's talk about the beer chasing aspect. So we don't have to go far for this one. I mean, it is at the local Wally World. I can't say if it's every Walmart. And it's a fairly affordable 12-pack. I mean, it's 10. I think it was 10 or 12 bucks for the 12-pack or something. It was very, very reasonable considering craft beer. So, on that note, when we talk about the round midnight Belgian White, is this something you would pick up again if you could go get at your local Walmart? Is this something you try again?
Honestly, it might be. I mean, especially considering that I have a lot of friends that aren't really that into the craft beer scene, and maybe this would be something that, you could try to introduce to friends of yours to maybe kind of get them a little bit of a hint into some of these different styles like the Amber or Belgium. While it is in the category and it's close to it, it might miss the mark a little bit to someone like you or I, but maybe to someone like them, it might be a different flavor and it might encourage them to try some more. And so it's definitely something that I might pick up for a party or a random occasion, just probably not something that would be an everyday drinker for me.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think this is one I would not try again. I brew a pretty good Belgian wit. I know what to expect from the category, and to me, it just does not scratch my itch. And I would probably bring a different Belgian wit, even if I found a new, person of beer who wanted to try Belgian wit. I would probably get them something a little more classic style. So that leaves just you in the running pin. So if you had to go drive specifically 3 hours to a brewery to pick this up, would you be picking this up?
Oh no, absolutely not. No. Definitely not. For the beer chasing aspect, yes, I would not go chasing this down in any way.
All right. And then we have the Red Flag Amber Ale. So what do you think about that one? Is this one you pick up again?
Again, there are many other options, even commercial on the shelf. So if I were to go into any grocery store, I could probably find a better amber ale style ale. So to me, no, this would definitely be another one that I wouldn't really go running out to try to find again.
Yeah, definitely in the same boat. Not a bad beer overall. Again, I got the 12 packs. We're going to finish them. But other than that, it's one I'd be chasing out again. So definitely very interesting beers overall. I think now that we've had them and looking back at it, the artwork, very, very flashy. I call it flashy. I mean, it definitely has, some appeal to it. So I can see this sitting on a Walmart shelf. And if you are that beer drinker who's new to beer and you're looking to experiment, I think this is what you're going to go for. You're going to see a nice collection of different beers. The art looks pretty cool. It has a bunch of different styles, and it's priced affordably. I mean, for that Walmart consumer, I think that's the most important thing. Again, it was like I want to say 12 bucks for the 12-pack or something very reasonable. And that's honestly what caught my eye at first. And then I remember hearing about these. Mike at the Bar Podcast had mentioned these before, so I said, hey, this would be pretty neat. Let me pick these up. So I think they're going to hit their target consumer overall. What's your impression of that overall?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. That's the same kind of thing. Like, I think that again, somebody that does go to Wally World and that's looking around, that's what led me to I've definitely considered picking these up before in the past. I've walked by, I see them on the shelves when I peruse Walmart from time to time. I just didn't know much about the brewery. I didn't know anything about the beer, so I'm always hesitant when I'm in a place like Walmart to pick up something like this. Most of my beers I pick up at a local craft store here in town, so where I always know it's going to be pretty amazing. But it's definitely something that maybe an amateur or someone that is looking to experiment, they might get caught by the flashy cans and pick it up and give it a try.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've all been guilty of picking up a beer based on the artwork. It's less and less these days. You won't give me the artwork anymore. I'm educated enough to at least look a beer up a little bit and see if what the ratings are and things like that. So awesome. Well, thank you very much for helping me on this episode, Brian. I know we've got 2 more to try on the next episode. We got the Pale Ale and the IPA, so looking forward to getting through the pack and trying them out.
All right, looking forward to it, man.
All right, so that's going to wrap up this episode of Beer Chasers. I'm Preston. That is Burnt Brian from the Burnt Brian Show. We'll see you later.
Peace.